So very good evening to one and all. This is Dr. G Prasad, and today's topic is health and safety. In the working area, who are working either manager or supervisor or worker or the employee or the labor, whatever it may be, for everyone, the most number one priority is the health and then safety, because when you take care about your health, it gives the benefit of that in the future, because without health we can't do anything, because that you have to give a priority to the health. And that's because of that, in the industry, so many of the companies or so many of the factories is going to give the priority for the employees who are working either supervisor or superior or whatever it may be, from the top level management to bottom level. So because they will because in the industry, basically they will go for insurance and for health camps, and they will provide like many hospital in the company, and they will provide ambulance and 24-hour service, like maybe nurses. So because they will give regarding the health, and already you know that what is the safety in the company, what is the like personal protection equipment, aprons or specs or gloves, or like so many shoes, safety shoes, like we have a number of products in the company. So regarding today, I'm going to explain about health and the safety. Okay, just wait a minute. Yeah, why study health and safety? To appreciate importance of the safety, because everybody must know about what is the importance of safety. Otherwise, if they don't know about the safety importance, they will neglect. Once they neglect, whatever the situations they can't handle, and in that situation, there is a lot of damage to the property as well as the company, as well as for human things. So because first you have to appreciate the importance of safety. Second point, to learn how to prevent, minimize, or eliminate waste of human resources causes by industrial accidents and occupational illness. Okay, first we have to prevent wherever the situations is going to be hazardous, wherever the situation is going to be danger. That time, in that situation, first we have to do the prevention. Already we had a very big discussion on prevention management. Like that, we have to prevent. Second one, minimize. Minimize nothing but what? As possible as we have to reduce, as possible as we have to decrease. That is called minimize. Or eliminate, wherever the things are going to be not is good, then we have to eliminate. Like, so these are all very important things in the like industrial things or occupational illness. Yeah, to know what business, industry and the government are going to be avoid or minimize the human sufferings and loss of earnings because of accidents or illness in the industry. Once you are not aware of the safety, once you are not giving importance to the safety, then there is a lot of sufferings to the human thing. A lot of accidents may be happen and illness in the industry. That is the thing. So because you have to give the importance to the safety and also health. Yeah. To know the duties and response of management, the safety officer, the medical officer, and the personal manager regarding health and safety. Because everybody, they must know about the importance of like duties and responsibilities. Once you know your duty, once you know your responsibility, then almost 90% of the problems you can eliminate. 90% of the hazardous things you can avoid, and more than the 90% of dangerous things you can eliminate. So first you have to know what's your duties and what's your responsibilities. Everybody from the top level to bottom, from the top level management, and then safety officer, and then medical officer. Medical officer nothing but a doctor, and then personal manager regarding health and safety. That is the importance of health and safety. Next, to know the duties, responsibilities, and the obligations of employees in accident prevention. Everybody, they must know about the duties and responsibilities and obligations of employees in accident prevention. Yeah. Yeah, right now, okay. Audio. Anybody send a message?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So in the company, maybe an employee or worker, how they know the working attitude, how they know their health importance, how they knows the safe work. So the only one and only way is we have to give the training. I have what to give an induction program. Induction program nothing but what, like introduction class. So while one employee is joined in the company, so he is working in the safety department, or he is working in the production department, or he is working in a store department, or working in a maintenance department, any department like quality control, quality assurance, any department. First, we have to give the proper training about where the employee is working in a particular area. Suppose the employee is working in a like production, because in the production he mostly 80% to 90% he worked in the machineries, equipments like that. So who are working in the production, they must know about the working of equipment, the machinery of the particular equipment, and the process in the particular equipment. And suppose the man working in the ad, so in the ad you have to storage all the chemicals like liquid, solid, gaseous, or vapor out. So whatever it may be, so we have to give the proper training to the particular equipment, particular person in that situation. Because we have a different temperatures, like in the like winter, like summer. In the summer we have a lot of temperature, and due to the temperature, high radiations also, we have a fire catching points also, like due to the flash point and due to the fire point, they may be catching the fire in the summer. So what you have to do, you have to give the cooling, like you have to do water sprinkling, you have to do the water spraying, like anything. Suppose one worker working in a like a store, so in the store department, you have all the equipment, you have to store that, like either the mechanical devices or chemical devices or like whatever it may be. So for their like what do you call that, responsibilities for their work, for their health, and for their safety, the first we have to do one and only way is we have to do training program. So then the employee based on their working experience, based on their mental ability. So then they have a develop how to work in the company, how to do manage, how to do behavior in the company. So that is the importance of safety and health. Yeah. Next, they have some standard facts, health and safety facts. See, what is the fact? In the United States, accidents alone cost employees $60 billion per year for medical and insurance cost. Let us imagine one example. It's not example, it's a fact. In the America, there are around $60 billion towards the medical and insurance and damage to the equipment and damage to the material and the production delays. If anything happened in the company, then that is directly what? Directly depend on what? Production delays. The production also very minimized. Second, approximately 14,000 persons approximately 14,000 persons due to each year as a result of industrial inquiry or illness, that 90,000 are permanently disabled in the United States. So once these facts you are aware about these, so then you have a lot of knowledge in the company, because in the company so many employees are working in the different areas, and due to that damage will be happen to that particular persons, and approximately they have a lot of money, billions of money you are spending. And third point, in the 1996, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics reported a total of 6.2 million workplace injuries. See how in the in the fact you have to agree with that. In the America, there are rules and regulations, and there is a technology for the everything is very good. And at that time, at that place also, there is a lot of injuries and lot of fire accidents and lot of things are happening going to be wrong. Why these things are going to be wrong? Because of that only awareness, lack of awareness. If you have awareness about everything, and there is 90% of the problems will be eliminated. Yeah. Organizations have moral and legal responsibilities to ensure the safety and well-being of their members, because every organization, and they have some moral values and they have some legal responsibilities. Because when you have a moral values, then everybody, if suppose anything has happened to the particular employee, particular worker, and regarding the moral things and regarding legal responsibilities, they have at least damage to the damage is to be sacrificed, is to be converted into something like different money, like anything. Public policy related to occupational illness is expressed in law such as Labor Code of the Philippines, DOLES, Occupational Safety and Health Hazardous and Occupational Safety Health. So many acts are due by the government, because if anything happened, who will responsible the particular families? Who is responsible for the particular family member, family person? So, and there is a backside support from the government due to that acts. Yeah. There are three categories of workplace accidents. If anything happened in the accidents, or anything happened in the accident in the workplace, in the particularly production department or safety department or the ad or store department or quality control or quality assurance, anything happened in the accidents in the working place, I used to be classified into three types. Number one, employee error. Number three, equipment insufficiency. Number three, procedure insufficiency. See, very clearly have mentioned here. If anything happened in the accident, by the three reasons. Number one, employee error, due to the awareness of the employee and due to the insufficient knowledge, due to the improper training. If one person is working on a particular area, so then So then there is a chance to get a accident. Number two, equipment insufficiency. If suppose we have a less equipment, but we want more production, that time also there is a chances of getting accident. And procedure insufficiency, because sometimes we have to follow sequential manner A, B, C, D, E for the good production and the proper yielding process and proper output. But sometimes the process of sequential process A, B, C, D, and you can skip some other process for the like saving the power cost or saving the labor cost or saving the equipment cost. Then you have to give A, B, and you are skipping the C process and going for the D. And in that time, there is a procedure insufficiency. The procedure is not good. The procedure is not in a particular manner. So because in that situations also we have a like getting of accidents. Yeah. How the employee will get a error. The see mistakes such as misjudgment situation, because maybe the wrong things or wrong decisions or maybe human nature. But while you are working in a company, we had to think twice once, twice, because of uh, maybe it's a good decision or not, and you have to take care about the decision with regard discussing with the superior, because nothing will be go for nothing will involve ego problems, because once you go for ego problem, nobody will be there in that situation, because anything has to be done or anything has to be going to be done. So because mistakes such as misjudgment situation. So if anything happened by the employee as a reason of misjudgment, that is regarding coming under employee error. Number two, distractions by others. Sometimes maybe like distraction అంటే ఒకరికి పడకపోవడం కాదు, ఇలాంటి అంశాల వల్ల జరగవచ్చు. Inappropriate working conditions. Sometimes maybe due to the working conditions inappropriate, not good in a manner. By the reason also we have a working conditions due to that employee error. And knowingly using defective equipment. You knows that equipment is not good for that process, but you knows that equipment is not good for that process, but you are using that equipment in that process. So that time also employee error. So these are all the reasons for the employee error. Yeah. Equipment insufficiency. Okay, because the second reason is what? Equipment insufficiency. A use of an appropriate equipment, because you have to spend a lot of money for the equipment, because around 40 to 60% of capital money you have to put on a equipment. Once you have a proper equipment, and you will get a good product. So but due to some financial problems, you are not doing an appropriate equipment, then there is a lot of damage to the company or factory. Next, safety devices being removed or inoperative, because when you are working on some conditions, some chemicals are very sensitive. If that chemical is attached to the water, that time also it's maybe going to be happened, because I worked in one company in the 2006 in the Hyderabad. In that company, like I don't know exactly the name of the chemical. If that chemical is mixed or the touch with water, it gets fire. So because that time you have to wear a safety devices being there. If not using safety equipment, then there is a equipment insufficiency. That is also coming under one reason for equipment inefficiency. Then there is a damage to the property as well as human beings. And third point, lack of protective clothing. If you're not using the apron, if you are not using personal protection equipment, if you are not using like so many equipments like that, and this is also insufficient equipment, and that is coming under insufficient equipment. Third one, procedure inefficiency, because for every process, for every product, there is a procedure. Without procedure, you can't get the product. For getting product, you need a procedure. So based on that procedure, based on that proper procedure, and you will get the efficiency. And first point, failure of procedure of eliciting warning of hazard. If you are not you are not using proper procedure, then that is almost one failure thing, and that leads to the hazard. Hazard nothing but what? It's a dangerous thing. Second point, inappropriate procedure for handling materials, because it's not in a good condition, it's not in a proper way, and that is also handling of the material. That is also one type of the procedure dangerous. Yeah. Examples of working hazard. Yeah. What type of you can get in the while working? Slips, trips, and falls. Here, traffic zones, confined spaces, trenching and excavations, violences, machines, fire and explosion. See, some if it is a very huge company like steel plant, in the steel plant we have a traffic zones, because so many vehicles are coming and going, and because of that you have a traffic zones, a confined spaces. Some spaces you are not allowed to the particular area, so that is called confined spaces. Trenching and excavation. Trenching nothing but we have to put a large like sheds like that. Excavation nothing but digging of a material from the underground, from that, like that time you have to take care about the proper safety. Violences, missions, fire and explosion. So that is the examples of working hazard. Yeah. Major health related problems in the organization. Okay. What type of diseases you will get? Because our topic is what? Health and safety. What type of health problems you will get while you're working in the company? What type of? The number one, diseases, because the chemicals will spill sometime. You are working in a number of years, and you are always your physical touch with chemicals. Then that time you will get skin diseases, which are illness involving the worker's skin that are caused by the work exposed to the chemicals, plants, or other substances. Number one is the skin disease. Number two are respiratory conditions, because when you are inhaling the chemicals by our nose or to the breathing of so that is called a respiratory problems, like lungs, kidneys, like that. Illness, so that is biological agents, chemicals, dust. అంటే మనకి ఈ రెస్పిరేటరీ అంటే మన నోస్ ద్వారా ఎలా ఎలా వెళ్తాయి అంటే దేమేమి వెళ్తాయి? కెమికల్ ఏజెంట్స్ కానీ, బయోలాజికల్ ఏజెంట్స్ కానీ, లైక్ డస్ట్, గ్యాసెస్, ఫ్యూమ్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ పొగ, లైక్ చుబ ఇలాంటి జరగడం వల్ల ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది మనకి ట్యూబర్కులోసిస్ అండ్ ఆక్యుపేషనల్ ఆస్తమా. When you are working in the company for the long period of time, maybe you will get a chance to get, because everybody will not get these type of skin diseases and tuberculosis and like the asthma like that, who are not a proper resistance to particular thing. And basically 90% of the problems will get who are directly exposed to the chemicals, mostly 99% mostly like workers, labors. The labors will get most of these problems, and 30 to 20% you will get the like employees. Yeah. Poisoning includes disorders evidences by the abnormal concentrations of toxic substance in the blood, tissues, bodily fluids, and other breath that can caused by ingestion or absorption of toxic. Already this subject is covered in the last previous class, I think so, because how you'll get these chemicals by the breathing, or by the skin, like what do you call the ingestion, or by the nerve system, like you will get these type of that things. Okay, because the concentration of a material is very high, because you can't even bear that smell, and you have to take care about our hands put like that, or you have to use masks, or you have to use different, or you have to decrease the concentration level. or sometimes these substances will affect directly blood tissues, bodily fluids, or breathing. You have a different problems for the human things. Yeah, a repetitive motions disorder affect tendons that becomes inflamed from the strains and stresses repeated. So like primarily you can get the neck problems, backside problems, legs, arms, hands, wrists, elbows. Like you have a different problems for repetitively you are exposed to the chemicals. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you will get lower back disorders because mostly for lifting the materials, for because it's a highly used in weight. For lifting the materials you have a like cranes, bulldozers, like little equipment, but a very little bit of equipment is there. But while you are engaging the activities such as lifting, carrying, and pulling of objects, that time you will have a backbone problems because you are a proper everybody will not go to the like different exercises gyms like that. So the labors we have some labors we have a like full of body, some have a like very lean body. Based on that, if you are lifting the material, we have a what greater risk of backbone problems. Like you have to most of the time truck divers, manual laborers, most of the time these will get the backbone disorders or backbone problems. Yeah. And this is also one more important problem area. Point is that what workplace stress. Excessive amount of stress can have ill health because doctors or everybody, psychologists, doctors also will suggest that what if you are using mental stress or that is also leads to the ulcers, hypertensions, headache, cardiac effect like that. We have a work stress. A stresses employee may perform poorly or suffer if you have a lot of stress in your mind, if you're not in a proper working place area. Causes include unclear deadness or the work poor relationship with co-workers and overly close supervision. So that is due to the workplace stresses that you have a different like problems. Yeah. Ways to eliminate or at least minimize the job stress. How you can eliminate if you have a mental stress, if you have a job stress, how you have to eliminate? What effective selection, the training procedure to help ensure that workers are properly suited to the demands of their jobs. Clear job descriptions to reduce the workers' uncertainty regarding the job responsibilities. Effective job performance system to relieve stress by clarifying performance expectations. Effective rewards program to the relieve stress by reducing workers' uncertainty regarding rewards. If one work and if any worker is working on a particular thing, you have to go reward like anything, money or prize. Then they have some mind relaxation. They will give up the stress. That is also one more thing. And second thing, you have to give a proper training, a job performance system by relieving the stress, or you have to give a proper job description because we have to do particularly these things. You have that is our nature and that is our job responsibilities. Then that is also one type of the point, one type of reason to eliminate the stress. So this is about today's class. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt or anything, and you can ask me, I will give you a reply. We have more than 5 minutes of time. Yeah, can you please give me anything? How is your class? Is there any requirement or performance improve? Have to tell me. Yeah. So the previous videos are available in our OceanF's website. Not only my videos, I think you have all the videos from the related